in the echoing silence of Dhaka University's oldest library, where sunlight barely pierces the dust-filled air. A young archaeologist named Arif Rahman stumbled upon a forgotten treasure. Not gold, not jewels, but something far more intriguing. A book bound in leather, so old it felt like stone. Its pages, brittle and yellowed with age, whispered secrets of a bygone era. As he carefully turned them, a fragment of something unexpected slipped out and drifted to the floor. It was a piece of a map, torn and fragile. In faded, elegant script, a single cryptic clue was written: where the river and the mountain meet, the city sleeps. Arif's heart hammered against his ribs. This wasn't just a book, it was a doorway to a forgotten world, a lost city waiting to be rediscovered. The adventure had just begun. Stay with us on this journey. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss what happens next. The city sleeps, but for me, the night has just begun. Under the soft glow of candlelight, this old map isn't just paper and ink, it's a whisper from the past. The lines, they flow like ancient rivers, charting a course not just across land, but through time itself. And they're tucked away in a forgotten corner, a single word, Chandrabindu. It's more than a name, it feels like a key. As I trace its letters, a strange energy fills the room, as if the very air is holding its breath. The silence is broken only by the steady tick of the clock, each second pulling me deeper into the enigma. I can feel it, a secret door to history is creaking open, and I'm about to step through. What mysteries does Chandrabindu hold? The early morning mist still clings to the water as we begin our journey up the legendary Mahananda River. I'm Arif, and with my trusted companions, Mena and Raju, we're finally setting off on an expedition we've planned for months. The river flows calmly, its green waters reflecting the first rays of sunlight breaking through the clouds. In the distance, the faint, misty outlines of the mountains promise both mystery and beauty. Every paddle stroke takes us further from the familiar and deeper into the heart of the wild. There's a feeling of pure anticipation in the air, a sense that we're on the cusp of something truly extraordinary. Mena just flashed a smile, and I can tell she feels it too. This is what we live for. Join us on this incredible adventure, and don't forget to like and subscribe to follow our journey. The night was heavy, the kind of quiet you only find deep in the wilderness. We'd set up camp by the river, the water a black ribbon under the stars. A strange, sweet smell, almost like incense, drifted through the trees, prickling the hairs on my arms. We were just settling in, the fire crackling and spitting embers into the darkness, when Mena let out a sharp gasp. Her torchlight was trembling, fixed on a spot by the river's edge. I followed her gaze, and there it was, half buried in the damp earther carving, unmistakably a half moon. My heart hammered against my ribs. Arif knelt, his voice a low whisper, barely audible over the hoot of a distant owl. "This could be it," he murmured, his eyes wide with a mix of awe and disbelief. a sign of the long-lost Chandra Bindu civilization. And just like that, our quiet night on the riverbank became the start of an adventure we never saw coming. The drone footage from yesterday was just the beginning. This morning, we sent it back up, flying deeper into the heart of the jungle than we've ever dared to go. And that's when we saw it. A colossal stone formation rising from the jungle floor like an ancient secret. It's a doorway, massive and imposing, but carved into its surface is a strange symbol, a crescent moon with a single, perfect dot at its center. We had to see it up close. After hours of trekking, we finally stood before it. The air here feels heavy, electric. Arif, feeling some strange connection, reached out and placed his hand on the symbol. Instantly, the ground beneath us began to shake violently. A deep, grinding sound echoed through the trees as the stone door slid open, revealing a dark staircase descending into the earth. What lies beneath? We're about to find out. Follow us to see what happens next. Alright, let's keep moving. Careful on these steps. They're steeper than they look. Flashlights up, what is all this? The walls are covered in carvings. I've never seen a language like this before. Look here, this symbol keeps repeating. It looks like the moon in its different phases. What could that mean? The air is getting colder, and do you hear that? It sounds like chanting, almost. We must be getting close to something. Whoa, just whoa. Look at this place. It's a massive chamber. The murals on the walls. That has to be the ancient king they spoke of. And there's that mysterious goddess from the legends. And in the center, what is that? A gem. It's glowing so brightly, lighting up the entire room. I've never seen anything like it. This changes everything. The carvings on these ancient walls tell a story, a chilling legend of a civilization that harnessed an incredible power. Look closely, they didn't just worship the moon. They wielded its very essence, an energy so potent it could freeze the flow of time itself. Imagine a world where a single moment could stretch into eternity. But this gift became their downfall. The king, consumed by an insatiable greed, sought to control this power for himself, to become a god among mortals. His avarice, however, did not go unnoticed. The carvings depict a fierce confrontation. The goddess, enraged by his hubris, descended upon the city. She didn't destroy the power, no. She cursed it, imprisoning the king's ambition and the moon's might deep within the earth, leaving this once great city to crumble into a silent, cautionary tale. What do you think lies? Whoa, what was that? A blinding flash of light just erupted from the gem. I had to shield my eyes. It was so intense. As the light faded and my vision returned, I couldn't believe what I was seeing. The ruins, they're gone. In their place, a magnificent city has appeared, shimmering under the moonlight. Look at those golden palaces soaring into the night sky. And the markets are bustling with people, their voices filling the air. Bridges of elegant stone arch over a serene river that flows through the heart of the city. It's like we've stepped back in time or into a completely different world. This city, once lost to memory, is alive again. What secrets does it hold? We have to explore. The grand doors of the palace creak open, revealing the throne room bathed in a golden light. We've finally made it. There he is, the king seated upon his magnificent throne, a massive radiant jewel pulsing with an otherworldly energy beside him. As we approach, the murmurs of the court fade into a respectful silence, replaced by a soft, emotional melody that seems to pull at your very soul. The king's voice, aged but firm, echoes through the hall. We knew someone would come one day. He leans forward, his eyes locking onto Arif. But be warned, if the truth of history is awakened, the burden of its weight will fall upon your shoulders. Arif doesn't flinch. His gaze is steady, his voice calm, yet filled with an unshakable resolve. I did not come seeking power, Your Majesty. A close-up reveals the conviction in his eyes. I came only to know the truth. Look, the gem ... It's glowing again. What is it doing? It's merging with the king's body. This can't be happening. The ground is shaking. The entire city, it's starting to crumble. Everything is falling apart. The buildings, the statues, all of it turning to dust. The light is fading so fast, and everything is just ... disappearing into this overwhelming darkness. It feels like the end of everything we know. Wait, ... Did you hear that? A voice echoing from nowhere and everywhere at once. It said, "History never loses." What could that possibly mean? Is this an end, or some kind of bizarre new beginning? We have to figure this out before we're swallowed by the shadows completely. Have you ever woken up somewhere, not knowing how you got there? I opened my eyes and the world was soft, wrapped in the morning mist. The only sound was the gentle murmur of the river and the first songs of birds. There I was on the riverbank again, as if I'd never left. The cool morning air felt sharp against my skin. Then I felt something small and hard pressed into my palm. I uncurled my fingers, and there it was. A small, smooth stone with a half moon and a pattern of dots carved into its surface. Everything else is gone. My memories are a blur, like reflections on the water. All that's left is this stone, this mystery in my hand. What does it mean? Where did it come from? Maybe, just maybe, it holds the answers. If you've ever felt lost and found something that gave you hope, let me know. Darker, at last. The familiar sounds, the scent of rain on hot pavement. I submitted the report, every single page detailing what we found, what we uncovered. It felt heavy, significant, but when they called me back in, it was all gone. Every photo, every document, every piece of evidence had vanished as if it never existed. They looked at me with a mixture of pity and suspicion. Was I losing my mind? Did I imagine it all? Now, back in the quiet of my study, the city's pulse a distant hum, I hold the only thing that remains, this stone. As the last light of day fades, a soft, ethereal glow begins to pulse from within it, a silent, rhythmic beat. It's not just a rock, it's a vessel, but history isn't gone. It's right here in my hand, whispering secrets that refuse to be silenced. What am I supposed to do with this? If you've been following this journey, you know how much is at stake. Make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss what happens next, but never dies. Have you ever walked through a city at night and felt it? That whisper of the past carried on the breeze. It's the feeling that every cobblestone, every ancient wall has a story to tell. Stories of triumphs, tragedies, love and loss, all layered one on top of the other. We walk through these sleeping histories every day, completely unaware. But what if we could hear them? What if the moonlight could reveal the secrets hidden in the shadows? Tonight, let's listen closely to the echoes of yesterday, to the tales that time forgot but the stones remember. Let's step into the City of Moonlight together. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more journeys into the past.